We welcome the bill's provisions on child safeguarding, including the register of children not in school. As Liberals, our party firmly upholds the right of parents to educate their children at home when it is the best choice for their child. In 99% of cases, a parent knows what is best for their child, but it is deeply concerning that there may be many thousands of children whose whereabouts are simply unknown. That reality can contribute, as we have seen all too recently, to tragic safeguarding failures, and that cannot continue.
Will the Honourable Lady give way?
I've already given way to the Honourable Gentleman once. Oh, okay.
I'm grateful to the Honourable Lady. I wonder if she can give a single instance where a child who was in home education, you've got to remember that children spend about 86% of their time when they're at school, out of school. A single instance where a child who was at harm wasn't known to social services already. And there's a conflation of a failure of social services, which needs to be fixed, with home education, which is entirely separate.
So I thank the Honourable Gentleman for his intervention. All the evidence points towards the fact that education and schools, and that's why it's in the bill, have to be a key safeguarding partner. So where a child is at risk and been identified as being at risk, ensuring that that child is in school, as this bill seeks to do, will help to safeguard them. But we saw too tragically in the recent case of Sarah Sharif, the fact that she was taken out of school and then being abused at home and tragically died. But the point is, this is just an additional measure to make sure that she's safe. I want to reiterate again, and to colleagues on all benches, that we absolutely support and champion the right of parents to home educate. This is not an attack on home education. This is about ensuring that all children are safe. And when the Children's Commissioner, when the NSPCC, when many other organisations, and in fact parties on all sides of the House, the Conservatives themselves started to legislate for this in the last Parliament and then binned the provision. So I think there is actually cross-party consensus on this measure, and as I'll come to, there are areas of detail on this measure that we need to dig into through the progress of this bill. But in headline terms, I think having a register is a crucial tool in the armoury that we give to local authorities to make sure our children are safe. Yeah. So, as I've said, the register has been called for by many organisations and all parties. However, the volume of information requested from parents, as written in the bill, places a significant and potentially intrusive burden on those who choose to home educate for the right reasons. So we must ensure that data collection is strictly necessary and proportionate and being used appropriately. And on clause 24 specifically, which lays out the cases in which parents and carers must seek permission to withdraw their child from school, I would question the inclusion of children placed in special schools. Yeah. Where there are safeguarding concerns about a child, it is right that the local authority should be able to step in to make sure they receive their education in school. However, in some cases, children will not have their needs met in the special school in which they are placed, and parents may feel that they have no option but to home educate. So shouldn't the presumption be in such cases to improve the child's experience of their special school or work with the family to secure alternative provision rather than the blunt instrument of clause